We first introduced you to K-9 Bane back in 2019 when he became an internet sensation. Facebook users worldwide followed the famous police dog's every move through the end of his service and into retirement. Now, after Bane's years of service, Gabriella Becerra shows us why the community is finding ways to give back to this loyal public servant.
I know that I'm going to lose him, and I also know that it's probably going to be sooner than I was anticipating.
For the better part of the past 8 years,
Come on, buddy.
St. Francis detective Holly McManus and now retired K-9 Bane have spent nearly every waking moment together.
He had my back every day. He has literally saved my life and the life of other officers.
I'm setting my dog, he will bite you!
From chasing down bad guys to stealing peanut butter sandwiches, their adventures have been endless, and a lot of them documented on social media. It's not hard for any of Bane's 6,000 Facebook followers to figure out the duo is inseparable.
I think that canines share a bond with their handlers that is inexplicable and not able to be felt by anybody but another canine handler.
Earlier this year, McManus observed Bane wasn't getting around as well as he used to.
I noticed a change in his gait and a change in the way that he was getting up off the floor. He seemed uncomfortable.
Scans and x-rays came back normal, but a DNA test diagnosed Bane with a neurodegenerative disease that will likely take his life.
DM is terminal. There is no cure.
Degenerative myelopathy, or DM, affects the spinal cord, causing weakness and paralysis starting in the hind paws and legs. It's especially noticeable when Bane walks. His legs and paws drag on the ground.
The walker prevents further injury, and it makes his walks more comfortable.
Eventually, the disease will progress, causing him to lose control of his organs, bowel, and bladder.
They say the DM is painless, so I guess if there's a silver lining in any of this, it's that the loss of mobility or the loss of movement in his body, he hopefully is not feeling that.
McManus and Bane were forced to cut normal walks from 2 miles to 1/4 of a mile at best.
Good boy.
Now the K-9 finds relief with acupuncture and hydrotherapy.
We get him all geared up and we stick him in a water tank with a treadmill, and we work on building strength in his body in general.
The water allows Bane to preserve the muscles he still has control of while absorbing less impact.
As long as we can maintain that muscle tone, we can mitigate the symptoms of DM and keep him around on this planet a little while longer.
This treatment isn't cheap. McManus estimates that medical bills will likely add up to as much as $10,000.
I had many offers from strangers, from people I didn't know, community members, friends, family saying, how can we help?
The detective found a way that people could give back to Bane now and even after he's gone.
The K-9 Bane Hero Fund was the way that I felt I could give back to him for everything he's given me.
With a goal of raising $50,000, the K-9 Bane Hero Fund will help pay for Bane's medical treatment, plus cover the costs of a legacy statue that'll be placed in his honor in front of the St. Francis Civic Center.
He's the gold standard now.
The gold standard, whose likeliness will be cast in bronze, engraved with his name and all future K-9s to come.
Oh, good boy.
Mayor Ken Tutag, a member of the Common Council who approved this project, says Bane earned it.
He gave his heart and soul to the city. It's time we start giving that back.
People can support the K-9 by donating to his GoFundMe page or by purchasing his merch.
The fundraising efforts, the community outreach has helped to take my mind off of the eventual long-term prognosis here with Bane.
For now, Bane remains the stoic police K-9 he's always been.
He's been very patient with me.
And McManus is focused on making all of their last moments together
Love you.
only the very best.
To him, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my life.